Welcome to Boss Custom Renovation and Review. Today we're going to have a look at the Milwaukee M12 installation drill driver kit. It comes in a beautiful kit. So I've had this thing for the last 2 weeks in my cabinet installation cart. So I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I absolutely love about this little drill, followed by the 2 things that I'm not crazy about, and then the 1 thing that could be an absolute deal breaker. Let's get this party started, starting with what I love. The battery light indicator. This is a clever little design here, having it on the side. A lot of other drills have it on the front here where the light is, or it's a little button that you push on the battery. But with this drill here, every time you turn it on, out of the corner of your eye, you get a little input as to where the battery's at. Power. This little drill is badass. It has 300 pounds of torque, which is amazing for a little drill. You can put a 2.5-inch screw straight into hardwood. You could put up to like a 4, I think I was doing some 4-inch screws into studs. No problem sinking it in as far as you want. I was using the spade bit here, going through 3/4 inch plywood in the back of a cabinet, no problem. I was even using a 3-inch hole saw with this little guy. I mean, it was struggling a little bit, but it was going through. So I don't think you'd want to use it for that all the time, but it's capable, which is pretty surprising for a little drill of this size. Yeah, the power is a huge bonus. The bit storage. The bit storage is a game changer. I mean, it's amazing to have all the bits right on the front of the drill. And these bits, they're not going to fall off. They're on there, yet they're easy to grab on and off. It's a beautiful design having these things on there like that. I mean, you can even, if you want, say you're climbing up a ladder or whatnot, just throw some screws on there. Screws will stick on there. You head on up the ladder. Screws are on there, bits are on there. The grip. This thing feels great in your hand. I'm a big fan of the D-style grip, where you hold the drill kind of in your finger like this. What ends up happening is you're forming like a straight line with your forearm, and it just gives you a little more precision and a little better feel. You're a little closer to the action this way. If you take your typical T-style handle drills, you're holding it down like this. So I mean, it's not bad, but it's just a little bit better with the D-style, I find, when you're kind of using, well, this is like a precision installation drill. So it's nice to have that extra feel and the extra precision to kind of line things up. The attachments. The attachments are definitely the best thing about this drill. It comes with 4 different chucks: the 1/4 inch chuck, the right angle, the Jacobs chuck, and then the offset chuck. And each one is super handy. They all clip on. This is one of the nicest things about the drill, is how easy they clip on and off. I've used other systems like this in the past, and it's hard to get them lined up. This one is very easy to kind of get it orientated however you want, and clips off quite nice. The Jacobs chuck goes on smooth. So this one here is a right angle chuck. And what that comes in handy for is getting into tight spaces. And like the drill itself and the right angle chuck, you could just clip bits right into the end of it. Or if you want, you can attach one of the other chucks onto the right angle chuck. And with the bit clipped in here, you're going to get into an ultra tight space. Like, you're going to be, yeah, you're under 3 inches there. So you can get in very tight spaces. Comes in handy. The Jacobs chuck. It's a beautiful little chuck on this drill, actually. Yeah, the thing that I like about it, say, like, you can put spade bits, you can put whatever you want to put into a drill chuck, but the thing I like about the Jacobs chuck is it locks down, and then it has that extra little ratchet that really grips onto the bit, I know some other chucks that I've had on other drills, you'll put the bits in there and you're using them, and then the next thing you know, the bit just flies out. Happens a lot with hole saws actually. So this is a really nice chuck, and it's really easy to loosen it as well. Very nice engineering, good design on the chuck. Very happy with that. And the nice thing is too, is say if you want to put a bit in there, you can just clip that off and the bit will stand up, put it off to the side, clip on another attachment, and there you go. All the attachments actually sit up nicely, so you can have them out in your workspace and they're not rolling off of the counter or whatnot. The hex bit is actually a really nice design. It clips on easy, and the thing that I like about it is you don't have to pull the little collar to get the bits in. They just clip in by pushing, and then to get them out, you pull the collar. Yeah, that's a nice design. I haven't seen that before on one of these little chucks. So there's two things that I'm not crazy about with this drill, and one thing that could be an absolute deal breaker. So let's get into the two things I'm not crazy about. The push button forward reverse. Not a fan. Yeah, instead of the normal, like every drill that I've ever used has the forward reverse button is right by the trigger that you just push with your index finger and thumb. I mean, it's very intuitive. I've been using drills for 30 years and they've all been like this. So I don't even have to think about it. It's so natural to take a screw out, you reach over, you're already pushing it with your thumb. And now with this new system here, it's just a button that you push on top to go forward and reverse. And there's actually a little annoying button here that can lock those out, which I don't know why you would want to. Sometimes I push the lock button and then I'm wondering why it's not going to forward and reverse. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Milwaukee, if you're watching, just go back to the regular switch button. Everyone's been using that forever and it's very convenient. It'd be like if you got into your car and all of a sudden they put the turn signal was a button on the steering wheel. It'd be like, no, my hand's over here right by the turn signal. Let's just leave it there. Yeah, in certain circumstances when you're drilling something together and you're screwing it together and the screw goes through and it pushes this up, well then you want to throw it in reverse, suck it back together, go back and forward, and then put the screw in. And it's very intuitive and easy to do with the push button right by the trigger. And then with this system here, it's like, I don't know, it's just not easy, and it's like a maneuver that happens quite a bit. So it's a bit of a bummer with this little push button. So the one thing that could be an absolute deal breaker with this Milwaukee drill, it's a simple, silly thing, but it's a huge design flaw in my opinion. And it's this. You take this drill, you set it down, and the slightest brush tips this thing over. So you're working inside finished, this is a drill for finished spaces. It's an installation drill, so you're working on finished floors with finished cabinets, everything's painted, and you're going to be setting this drill down, and it's going to fall over. Like if you have a drill with a drill bit in it, you're not going to want to be putting this on a finished floor laying down. You're going to want to stand it up, and you're going to want a drill that's not going to tip over with the slightest, like this thing is just, it's brutal. Even this little Festool drill here, it's got the nice flat battery bottom on there. This thing is very, so yeah, like, I don't know. Sure, you can lay the drill down, but like I say, if you have a drill bit on there, you're not going to want to lay it down. And a lot of times when you're getting ready to screw something together, you'll countersink with one drill, and then you'll have your drill with the screw ready to go, just sitting there, and you can grab onto it. This thing happened today. I went to go grab it, and I just nudged it with my hand, and boom, it's over. So I was even thinking, M12 makes the batteries with the flat bottom, like, oh, this is simple, this will solve the problem. So you pop this battery on there. Sure, it's a nice flat spot, but now the drill wants to just fall forward because this little part is off the ground now. So it's not a good design. Milwaukee, if you're watching, there's a simple fix here. What you guys need to do is take this little butt here and extend it 5/8 of an inch this way and this way so that it covers this clip, and then it would cover the clip if you were to put it on the other side. And then that would give you a nice 5/8. It'd be a 2.5 inch base on the bottom here. And you just make like a tiny, small, thin little wing. And it's gonna make the drill way better. This is silly the way this thing tips over. Like the base on this one here is 2.5. So you'd have the same stability as this drill. Right, this thing, I mean, this thing will fall over if you knock it hard, but like watch this here. You take these two drills. I'll just give them a little flick. I'll give them the same flick. Right? This drill falls over like 10 times easier than these other drills. Yeah, so in summary, this is a great drill. There's a couple things that could be better, but I mean, with all the attachments and the price of the drill, it's an awesome drill. Yeah, so subscribe and stay tuned in the future, because over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be really digging in to see if this drill can replace the Festool CSX on my tool cart. We're going to do a versus video, and we'll get into the differences between the two. And we'll see ultimately, can this thing replace the CSX?